For a show called Sports Are Dumb, I could probably do a solid hour on the XFL. Everything about it was pretty silly. I mean, it was a football league founded by the owner of WWF Wrestling made to compete with the NFL. It was born to be absurd. But since I try to limit these things to under 3 minutes, let's just focus on one particularly wacky thing about the short-lived league: the nickname policy. You see, nearly every sports league in the world has similar rules surrounding the player's surname being on the back of their jersey. However, the XFL thought one way to make the game more interesting would be to allow players to put anything they want on the back of their jersey. It definitely made things more interesting, though not in the way league officials probably wanted it to be. It wasn't long for this nickname policy to become part of the punchline surrounding the league. Let's take a look at some of the standouts. The most infamous one, of course, belongs to Las Vegas running back Rod Smart, aka He Hate Me. Rod explained this nickname by stating that basically every time he beats an opponent, they'll hate him. But then, oddly enough, went on to explain that it applies to everyone, not just opponents. Like when the coach starts a different player, it's because he hates me. Rod Smart's opponents had some fun with this nickname too, a few times. Two players on Los Angeles would change their jerseys when they faced off against Rod He Hate Me Smart to I Hate He and I Hate He Too. He Hate Me would go on to become the best-selling jersey in the XFL, but there's some other nicknames that deserve to share the spotlight as well. Otis Floyd, a linebacker for San Francisco, used the nickname Hit Squad, almost as if he forgot what his job was to do on the field. Los Angeles defensive back Jamal Duff used the nickname Death Blow, which sounds like a monster truck, but apparently was actually referencing an obscure mutant from DC Comics. There are also players with nicknames such as Big Daddy, Big Cat, Big Time, Baby Boy, Hurricane, Chuckwagon, and Shelly, with Shelly spelt with a $sign instead of an S. Though my favorite of all was probably the guy who used a Bible verse as a nickname. Los Angeles wide receiver Todd Doxson had COL 317 on the back of his jersey, which reads, "Whatever you do in word or deed, you do unto the Lord, giving thanks to God the Father." Much more humbling of a verse than I think anyone expected from an XFL player. Unfortunately, with the XFL only lasting 1 year, many of these jerseys are now little more than collector's items. But the fact they ever existed is just part of what made the XFL the silliest league of all time.